Consider new media viewers, what's going on? It's me, John D. Villo, the 4-time national champion. Wow. Huge breaking news in the NFL. Unbelievable situation here with the New Orleans Saints. It appears that the NFL has handed down some serious punishment for the New Orleans Saints coaches. And right now, I mean, Sean Payton, it looks like he's gone for a year. It looks like other people in the coaching staff are gone for various amounts of time, stuff like that. Even the GM seems like he's out for 8 months. This is serious. This is all surrounding this whole situation with the so-called bounty issue over there. And I mean, wow, dude. The NFL, in my personal opinion, is making a big statement here concerning this situation. And if you're an NFL fan, what do you think? But, you know, if you're a Saints fan, what do you think? And there's a question, who's going to coach the team even? The assistant coach has been suspended, I believe. Obviously, you know, head coach Sean Payton is gone for a year. The GM's out for 8 games, the first 8 games of the season. I mean, there's so much going on with this. First of all, I have to say, it's all my personal opinion only. I'm not alleging facts. I'm not casting aspersions. All for entertainment purposes only. Please check the disclaimers. This is big, dude. This is big. And again, as reported by Michael Lombardi on the NFL Network, you know, coaches' contracts are, you know, they go through the league office, okay? So they are subject to the NFL, obviously, and you know, I don't believe from what Michael Lombardi was saying, you know, if I'm remembering correctly, in my personal opinion, that there really is much of an appeal process, as he was saying that the person who would even handle that appeal is the same person who ruled on this in the first time, Commissioner, you know, Roger Goodell. Now, wow, I mean, you just have to just, whoo. I believe that Jay Glazer reported that even Sean Payton was stunned by this. This is serious, dude. This is a serious situation. If you're a Saints fan, that your entire season has just been upended by this situation, but also from league-wide. What kind of statement is this about, you know, this kind of situation? In my personal opinion, this is saying, listen, we're not tolerating this whole bounty situation, and we're taking the safety of the players seriously, and that's not the way that we want to play football, in my personal opinion. That's my personal opinion about the impact and maybe the message behind this ruling. This thing just came down. It's breaking. It's unbelievable. We want to know what you think about this. I mean, who should coach the Saints right now? And what I mean, because the thing of it is, first of all, you have a lot of your staff that's just out now, okay, coaching staff. So I'm not sure where you go with that. Second of all, in my personal opinion, you have to start thinking like as an organization, Saints ownership. It's like, you know, do you just sweep the slate clean, if you will? Do you just look for entire new coaching staff, try to start fresh, get people in there right now that can actually coach this team and keep doing it on an ongoing basis? Or do you try to work with the coaching staff that you have? But how do you deal with that transition? I mean, there is just chaos right now around, in my personal opinion, around the New Orleans Saints and what they do. And as a player, like, what are you thinking? From Drew Brees on down, like, you know, how do you think about that organization? What's it going to do to the morale? What's it going to do to the morale of the Saints players and stuff? And what about the fans? What can they expect? You know, I'm a season ticket holder, and I'm going there and I'm getting ready, you know, to have the excitement. I mean, you know, this team is always in the hunt with the firepower they have in offense, stuff like that, and the entire team. And it's like, now it's like, I don't know who the coach is going to be. I don't know, you know, where this organization is going to be able to go. You know, there's been all kinds of situations here. I believe, I may be remembering this wrong. I believe there's a monetary fine as well, and I think there may be a draft pick or picks involved. I may have that wrong, so, you know, I will definitely look down below in the description. Articles. This is obviously a breaking news story. Yeah, I'm sure things will be updated, reactions and all that. This is like, woo! Again, if you're a Saints player, dude, like, what do you think? Like, who's my coach? What happens to my own? You got to be thinking about, like, wow, I mean, how are you going to deal with this? You're Drew Brees. Are you talking to Sean Payton? What kind of statement are you going to make to the media? Obviously, you know, you're probably just going to like, hey, I'm here to play football and all that type of stuff, and I understand that. But it's like, and I'm not, you know, I mean, this is intense. And as a player, how do you feel now about the whole thing with the coaches. I mean, let's think about that. You know, obviously the league, in my personal opinion, must have figured that there was something going on here that they didn't like. So, you know, if you're a player, maybe you didn't like that whole situation before. Maybe you're happy because you didn't like that whole alleged bounty situation, all that type of stuff. But it's like, this is just, whew, I mean, jeez, this is intense. This is just the story of, well, Tebow got traded too to the Jets. I'm going to deal with that in the next video. But I mean, this Saints story, I mean, there is a lot of action happening right now in the NFL, and there's a lot to talk about here. And first things first. Who is going to be coaching the New Orleans Saints? That's number one. I mean, I just want to know who's going to be coaching. Who's the head coach? Who's the assistant coach? You know, at least for the first, so many games here. Number two, if you're the owner of the New Orleans Saints, do you stick with, Sean Payton and the rest on down, or you say, see you later, I need a new coaching staff? Which pieces do you keep in place and which pieces do you get out of there? Or you just get them all out of there to just be able to move on? If you're moving on, who are you looking for? Would you be trying to get like someone like a Coach Bill Cowher back? Or, in other words, what are those pieces that you'd want to put in place? What are those pieces that you want to put in place? Maybe Tony Dungy. I mean, who are you looking for that you can come in and not only be effective with your organization, get the Saints into the winning situation, right? But also maybe help handle, the PR aspect of it and get that locker room and everyone working together and moving forward. What name would you want to put in place here? What sort of coaching package would you want to put in place if you're going to move on? The fourth thing is, the fourth thing is, hey, the Saints players. What impact is this going to have on the Saints players? How is this going to impact their play as well? I mean, is it going to affect maybe the defensive intensity and stuff like that? Or if you're a Saints player and you're a physical player anyway, and you've never been involved in any of this so-called alleged bounty situation or anything like that, are you going to ease up a little bit because of maybe, perhaps the potential cloud over this situation? I mean, there's so much going on right now. We're obviously going to have to do an additional video on this, no doubt about it. The next video is definitely about Tebow, but I mean, this is intense. I want to know what you think about it. Saints fans, where are you at on this? How do you feel about this? Do you think it's right? Do you think it's wrong? NFL fans all around the world, are you happy with this? Hey, yeah, we don't want this. We don't want our team and our people hurt and stuff like that, and we don't like the way it's going. Or you say, listen, how do you feel about this? Did Roger Goodell, did the NFL commissioner make the right choice here? In my personal opinion, yes. If there was a bounty situation, if what's alleged here is a situation where they were saying, hey, if you take this player out, if you hurt this player, whatever like this, if I'm understanding it right, if I read it right, in my personal opinion, I'm not alleging anything. I haven't seen the reports. I don't know the facts. But if that was the situation, I think it is right. I think you have to take a stand. Look, this is a game and stuff like that. I understand it's physical and nobody's more intense than me. I've competed in elite athletics most of my life, been extremely successful. Those of you who know that. Maybe I'll put some links to some of my stuff up there from my old videos, whatever. But at the same time, you have to take the safety of your players in total very seriously and stuff like that. Of course injuries are going to happen. That's different than potentially trying to injure someone. And quite frankly, in my personal opinion, it's good for the game because, look, bottom line is there's just not that many people. There's not that many athletes that are at that elite level that can play in the NFL and put people in the stands and do things that, quite frankly, you and I can't do. I can't do it on the football field. I was elite in other things, but that wasn't my thing. So that's where I think about it. I think this is a good move by the NFL. I think it's explosive in terms of the story and the impact. Where are you at on it? Give me the comments below. Please subscribe above. I'm John DeVillo, the 4-time national champion. You're watching Conservative Media. Please rate this video up. Also, please share it on your social networking sites. And wait for my next video where I'm going to be talking about this huge trade of Tim Tebow to the New York Jets. Linsanity and Tebow Mania are right in that New York metropolitan area now, greater metropolitan area. What's up with this? This is intense, dude. I can't believe it. You're watching Conservative Media. Thank you for watching.